Hold on to your butts. These are the Squashbuckler Diaries. Welcome back. My name is Guy Hasson, and you're listening to the Squashbuckler Diaries podcast, the podcast with 108 episodes, and it's just the beginning about Joy's life in the dream. Joy is the girl in the dream. In season 1, she grows up in her father's dreams. We cover her childhood. As she becomes a hero, as she becomes a person who will save the world, or maybe just a dream or something. She'll save big things. We are now at the culmination of a small story that took a few episodes to tell about Joy at 2 years old. When Justin wakes up, he disappears from the dream, and for like 14, 16 hours or so, and Joy was thirsty and there was no water left for her because he's the only one who creates stuff in the dream, right? She doesn't create stuff. Mary, who takes care of her, doesn't create stuff because she's a dream, and the red dragon is a dragon. Dragons don't create stuff as far as we know. We've seen no evidence of that. So, no, I wouldn't have mentioned that if that was true. So, dragons don't create stuff. So, yes, there are things I do not mention because there are Easter eggs everywhere around, and there are solutions to mysteries everywhere around, and I make it a point to not mention them. Let's not get too deep into that. So let me just recap the point about that thing. There are many secrets to the dream, and anything that is raised in the Squashbuckler Diaries as a mystery, as a point that's unknown, will eventually get solved. That's the rule we have. That's the deal I make with you as we tell the story. And since I write the story, you can bet that's true. So, Justin came back. Joy was totally dehydrated and fell asleep. Mary told him to keep her asleep. He went out, had an adventure once he left a lot of water on the deck. Mary put it all in her room, put one bottle in her hands, and then Justin disappeared just as he woke her up. And all the water disappeared with him, except for one small bottle that was in her hand, which she drank. And Mary seems to have finally made a connection, with Joy just being 2 years old. So let's see how Mary saves Joy's life on a regular basis. So Joy's actually always a few hours away from actual danger to her life because she could be dehydrated, she could have no water or no food with her unless her father creates that for her and under very specific circumstances in which it would stay. Let's see what happens. Let's see how Mary saves the day and how Mary saves Joy's life. Episode 108. How Mary saved Joy's life. Joy's age 2, told by the Red Dragon. All that I've told you before in the last few days about Dragon Little's dehydration, the lack of water, and how Mary, the nanny, who would soon be dead, tried to help Dragon Little, all that ends here, because what Mary did the next day and each and every following day of her short life, what she did saved Dragon Little's life. This is what she did. When Dragon Father reappeared, returning from his waking world, whatever that may be, he made sure, as he almost always did, to create a breakfast for his daughter out of nothing. He also created water. Mary asked Dragon Father for a few more bottles, and Dragon Father would point to a place where water now existed and before did not. Mary did not touch the bottles. "Lass," she told Joy firmly, "take the bottles to your room before adventure starts." Dragon Little did so obediently without thinking. The water bottles glowed a bit when she touched them, though Mary, Dragon Father, and Dragon Little did not seem to notice it. When Dragon Father disappeared after their adventure, the water bottles stayed behind. The next day, Mary repeated the process. She asked Dragon Little to carry the new water to a cabin. The water would then stay. For the next few months, the process would repeat, and Mary would refuse to touch the water, telling Dragon Little it was her duty as a pirate to put her water in her room. And then Mary died. And through that period of grief, and through the years that came later where she had become nothing but an unclear memory to Dragon Little would every day carry the water to her room. Mary had instilled in her a routine that would save Dragon Little from severe dehydration, and therefore in most days saved her life for years to come. She was a good nanny. Told by the Red Dragon. Hashtags Joy, Justin, Mary, Thirsty. And that is how Mary saved Joy's life. She figured out that if Joy touches it, something happens to it and it stays. She doesn't know why, and neither do you, for now. And Joy doesn't know it, and Justin doesn't know it. But that thing she got her doing on a regular basis as routine saved her life. If you want to see how Mary died, you can go back. It's in the first, I think it's episode. It's somewhere around 10 or 12. And that's also a multiple arc in the podcast. And there are more things coming about Mary in the future. There's more stuff about dealing with Mary's death. So that one thing saved Joy's life. And I think we can end the episode with that. Join us tomorrow for an episode called Dead Tired. And now the credits. The Squashbuckler Diaries are written and read by me, Guy Hasson. All the tags mentioned in this story are searchable at the website. You can find all the stories there in written form and, in fact, 150 Squashbuckler Diaries more. The Squashbuckler Diaries is the diary of Joy Shelley, the girl who lives in dreams. She'll be called the Forgotten Girl by her father. She'll be a true heroine. She'll change the world. This project shows her entire life from birth to death. Check out the website at guyhasson.com. That's GUYHASSON.com. I've been an author and a playwright for more than 30 years, and this is the first time I've used the guyhasson.com website, because The Girl in the Dream is my life project. If you have questions, if you want to comment, please do. You can comment at the website or email me at guyhasson@gmail.com. That's GUYHASSON, GUYHASSON @gmail.com. The theme music is called Brass Gentleman and is created by Thomas Harudek. My name is Guy Hasson, and this is my life project. Come back tomorrow, and tomorrow, and tomorrow for more. Noise outside. Ignore the noise. We have to record this podcast. Ignore the noise. You are not hearing the noise.